perspectives on the solar system have changed significantly. Since NASA's Juno probe reached Jupiter in July 2016. This $1 billion project has captured incredible images of a gas giant located hundreds of millions of kilometers from Earth. The spacecraft used high-tech equipment to explore the deepest mysteries of this planet. So, what has the Juno probe discovered on Jupiter? What unexpected findings have space probes sent back from this planet? And why does the latest discovery about Jupiter completely baffle scientists? Jupiter is sometimes called the king of planets due to its size and prominence in the solar system. The reason is that it is the largest planet. The term king has been used in many societies throughout history. It shines brightly in the night sky. Amazing images from probes show that Jupiter exploration has been ongoing for hundreds of years and continues to this day. Every 12 Earth years, Jupiter completes one orbit around the Sun. It has a long year, with the distance from Jupiter to the Sun being 778.5 million kilometers. The farther a planet completes an orbit, the more observers see it moving through constellations over about a year. Although Jupiter has a very long year, it only has a few hours of daylight. One rotation on its axis occurs approximately every 9 hours and 55 minutes. Belts and cloud zones form when different parts of the atmosphere rotate at different speeds, creating strong winds and clouds. Jupiter is the largest planet with a mass about 2.5 times the total mass of all other planets in the solar system. With its enormous mass, its gravity is 2.4 times stronger than Earth's. Jupiter is also a king in terms of size. Its equatorial diameter is over 140,000 kilometers and its volume is large enough to contain the mass of 318 Earths. Its atmosphere is unlike Earth. However, it is not gas. High pressure and temperature turn hydrogen into liquid at some points. And it transforms into liquid metal when approaching closer to the core, surrounding a small rocky interior. Jupiter has a rich moon system. According to scientists, this planet has over 60 small celestial bodies orbiting it. Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto are the 4 largest moons orbiting Jupiter. The rest are much smaller and many of them may be captured asteroids, accidentally passing through the giant planet's orbit. When we first learned about the solar system as children, we were taught that all planets orbit the Sun in their own orbits. And if you're one of many people who feel upset that Pluto is no longer a planet, you might want to prepare for another surprising cosmic discovery. That is, Jupiter doesn't actually orbit the Sun, but it still has an orbit. No planet truly orbits the Sun in a perfect path. In fact, the Sun and other planets orbit a common gravitational center. Just because the Sun is much larger than Earth, our center of mass lies close to the Sun's center, creating the impression that we're moving in circles around it. This is true for every other planet except Jupiter. So, if Jupiter doesn't orbit the Sun like other planets, what exactly is it doing? S size causes the Sun. That means both the Sun and Jupiter orbit a different point in space. Barycenter is the astronomical term for that location. Therefore, unlike smaller planets, Jupiter doesn't orbit the Sun, but in fact orbits this combined center of mass. Jupiter's strong gravity causes the Sun to wobble slightly. All planets have gravitational interaction relationships, but Jupiter is large enough to produce the most noticeable effect. Contrary to popular belief, Jupiter even has its own ring system. When talking about planets, you might think of some large planets, some small ones, and only one planet with rings, which is Saturn. But that's not accurate. We're not as distinct as Saturn. The discovery of a thin layer of dust surrounding Jupiter is one of the most significant achievements in the era of planetary exploration. Voyager 1 captured images of it in 1979. But Jupiter's rings are actually not easy to observe. According to experts, most of the dust in this system comes from several small moons. Astronomers have been fascinated by Jupiter for a long time. Galileo used his telescope to study the planet after he invented it. He was very surprised by what he saw around Jupiter. He discovered 4 small moving objects. Astronomers can observe the rings and cloud bands with improved telescopes. Telescopes on spacecraft have been significantly improved in the 20th and 21st centuries. Images and collected data are getting better. Pioneer and Voyager were the first explorers to conduct close-up studies of Jupiter. The Galileo spacecraft completed its mission by orbiting and making detailed observations. The Cassini probe went to Saturn and the New Horizons spacecraft flew by to collect data. The special mission of Juno captured extremely high-resolution images of the beautiful clouds. The most recent mission aims to study the planet in detail. Jupiter's poles had never been photographed from above or below before Juno arrived in July 2016. The spacecraft flew over Jupiter's poles, bringing back data that amazed scientists for the first time. Hubble Space Telescope had detected auroras at Jupiter. No one had ever observed the mysterious areas in detail as Juno did. Scientists had never seen or imagined anything like it. There are many storms there and the sky is bluer than anywhere on Earth. Latitudinal zones and belts were not found. In fact, it's hard to recognize if this is Jupiter in the pictures or not. Additionally, the planet's weather is significantly more complex than previously assumed. This initial approach allowed scientists to analyze Jupiter. The atmosphere contains hundreds of kilometers of hydrogen, helium, and other chemicals. Zones and belt structures can still be found deep below. So, whatever makes up Jupiter's patches and stripes persists deep within it. Many scientists were very surprised by this. According to further studies, the belts and zones may start more than 3,000 kilometers below the planet's gaseous surface. Additionally, NASA has provided stunning images of symmetrical storm clusters. Many images were taken in infrared light, with wavelengths invisible to the naked eye, used to create subsequent images. Scientists combined images to convert into 3D models, emphasizing brightness and temperature. Furthermore, Jupiter's Great Red Spot shows the planet is rich in water. Many of Jupiter's moons have water and may even have large oceans where alien life could exist. However, Jupiter appears dry on the surface and finding evidence of water molecules in the planet is a challenge. With sensitive tools and close approaches, Juno is addressing this difficult problem. Data from Juno combined with data from the Great Red Spot obtained from telescopes provided a more detailed view of Jupiter's atmosphere. They determined that the planet may have 2 to 9 times more oxygen than the Sun. And we all know how necessary oxygen is for the formation of water. Moreover, Jupiter may have a much larger core than previously thought. At Jupiter's depths, hydrogen exists in a semi-gas, semi-liquid form. Therefore, this is the condition for a type of core. In contrast to Earth, where outer fluids move around a solid core. Earth's magnetic field and its dynamics may be powered by its core, similar to the metal generator in Earth. Previously, it was thought that Jupiter's magnetic field was generated by hydrogen, normally a gas, but compressed into a liquid metallic state. Even now, experts are still uncertain. This is not the only puzzling thing about the planet. Auroras on Jupiter exist strangely, driven by a mysterious force. The planet's magnetic field is the cause of the auroras. This field attracts charged solar particles, released into space and pushes them toward the planet's poles. When these particles collide with gas atoms in the atmosphere, it creates a spectacular light display. However, scientific studies from Juno have revealed that the auroras at Jupiter's poles had 10 to 30 times more energy than expected. And this energy is primarily released as ultraviolet rays that humans cannot see. Moreover, when a planet rotates into the dark region, the auroras fade. The phenomenon of Jupiter's auroras remains a mystery to scientists, but they believe it is related to the planet's mysterious plasma layer. Farther away, the infrared camera has detected what appears to be a previously unknown volcano on Jupiter's moon. It is estimated that this world has 150 active volcanoes. The amount of material erupting from the planet's surface and spreading into space suggests there may be an additional 250 volcanoes hidden in the darkness. It is a powerful reminder of how small we are and how much there is to explore in the universe.